Yes, I'm Gaston Armour, and I'm here with the community leaders talking about restoring community for the 21st century. I'm with the Illinois Department of Human Services, and our intent is to partner peer-to-peer with communities, not top-down because it doesn't work, and bottom-up doesn't work. It has to be peer-to-peer. So the question that we bring collectively is to see how we can re-language, re-educate ourselves to become back into the real world, because we've gotten jaded or numbed to our sensitivity of being just a good neighbor. So we're going to ask John McKnight to start off with several questions followed by that.
Yeah. How do we become a good neighbor? Yes, well, I think one of the first ways of doing it is get to know the name of the person next door and on down the street. Right. And that sounds like it's easy and simple, but for a lot of people it isn't, because we have a whole series of defenses against getting to know our neighbor. We say, I don't want to intrude on their privacy, or say, well, I'm an introvert and I don't like to go and see people who are new, or I'm afraid of those people. So we have all kinds of reasons why we're going to live in a house that's really just a fort, thinking that we're isolated. So the first step really is to get to know that person, and getting to know them means more than where they work. It probably finally means, if it's really deep, knowing it is what are their gifts, their skills, their capacities, their passions, what are they willing to contribute. And everybody is interested in sharing that, right? So that's, I think, the way toward neighboring, re-neighboring.
Hi, I'm Lena Kramer, and I'm here, and we invited everyone to this conversation because we're realizing we want to have children, youth, and families thrive in our communities, and we need to really think differently, work differently, and be more intentional about our actions and our ways we both do this in our own communities as well as the communities we work in. And I'm here with Peter Block. I'd like him to come in and talk a little bit about how we can think about engaging spirit and restoring communities.
So a modern culture is a dehumanizing process. It's taken functions out of our neighborhood. Functions. A dysfunctional family is not a family that doesn't get along well. It's a family that's got nothing to do. And we think that somehow we can purchase everything we need to be safe, to be healthy, to raise our children. So I think this gathering is an affirmation, or a gathering to restore our humanity and to restore the fact that we have the capacity to raise a child in a neighborhood, regardless of what the schools and the probation officers and the professionals and the educators, they're doing everything they can. And it's not enough. It's not going well. And the other thing for me is stop with the notion that more education is the only chance you've got for a future. You'll do fine if you don't go to college. You will do fine if you don't graduate high school. You will find what you're good at. And we've so laid on a performance veil on our children that it's breaking their and our hearts. And I would just like to be part of a conversation that says that they can learn what they're good at in walking distance without professionals. And if I cared about the youth, I would just find out what they love to do and help them value that, instead of branding them as dropout. Somebody's just written a book, said they're walkouts, they're not dropouts. They've chosen to lead the school because the school doesn't work for them, not because they're a problem we can't solve. So that's my rant. Thank you very much.